Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Sam, or Chaotic, and welcome back to another GTA 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the all-new Overflood entity XXR, which was released today in the surprise update, which has been named the Southern San Andreas Super Sports Series update. So today, Rockstar have released 5 new vehicles into the game, of course the new Overflood entity XXR being one of those, alongside a series of new stunt races. Now this car is a very good looking one, of course the third Overflood that we now have in GTA Online. This particular one, the entity XXR, based upon the Koenigsegg Agera R in real life. And if I may say so myself, it is a very good looking car. One which the community has requested a lot in the past, and at last Rockstar have finally added it into GTA Online. Now you can purchase this from today on the Legendary Motorsports website for a price of $2,305,000, which yes, is a lot of money and makes this one of the most expensive vehicles in GTA Online. So I guess the question is this worth it? Well, according to Rockstar's description, this is a phenomenally fast hypercar. But if I'm honest, when I'm driving around in this video, you'll probably see that it doesn't seem or feel that quick. But then again, that's just me driving around in free roam. I haven't compared this yet to any of the other supercars in game. I've literally just hopped on and recorded this gameplay, so I could be wrong. This could be one of the faster cars in game, but just from driving around in free roam, it certainly doesn't feel that way. But nevertheless, this car is a very good looking one, and personally, I would buy this just for its looks, because it's a car which I've wanted to see in GTA Online for quite some time, and in previous wishlist videos, I've featured the Koenigsegg Agera R, and like I said, I know this is a car which many people have wanted to see as well, but for $2.3 million just straight off the mark, it does seem a little expensive. Then when it comes to its customization, now unfortunately again it is a little disappointing. I was hoping this car would have a lot of customization options available for it, but unfortunately that's not the case. But there are a few changes you can make to the Overflood entity XXR, so let's go ahead then and take a look at all the customization options. So after applying the armor and brake upgrades, your first option is the front bumper. And as you can see in the gameplay, there are loads of choices to choose between. My personal favourite was the carbon splitter and canards, so I went ahead and selected that, but in fairness, the stock bumper isn't too bad looking either. It's actually very similar to this, just without the canards. Then moving on to rear bumper, again, a few options in this category, mostly just allowing you to change the colour of that rear diffuser. I preferred the stock carbon look, so I kept it stuck. And as you guys can see in the gameplay, various customizations, mostly the stock ones, are discounted as well, things like the brake and the engine upgrades. But then in the exhaust category, you have 4 options in this category. It doesn't really change the shape of the exhaust, but just the inner section, so I ended up selecting the big bore exhaust. Then in the hoods category, there are 4 options in here as well. In fairness, the stock hood isn't too bad, but I ended up selecting the primary hood fins. I thought the carbon version was also pretty nice, but I went for the primary one instead. Then as for respray, now when I purchased this car, it came in this yellowy orange color, which I thought was really nice. In fairness, this car does look great in a range of different colors, but I ended up keeping it the stock color this car came in. I thought a nice bright orange yellow looked really good on this vehicle. But let me know right now, if you guys have bought this car, which color did you go for? What would you guys recommend fitting to this? And of course, if you guys want to, you can also change out the trim color as well, but I left it graphite. Anyway, so moving on then to the next customization option, this being spoilers, and in this category you have 6 different options to choose between. If you want to, you can remove the spoiler and go for the no wing option, which in fairness wasn't too bad. As for the other options, I'm not really a huge fan of any of those. I personally preferred the stock spoiler, so I did end up leaving it as stock, but it's worth bearing in mind, if you do that, you don't get the traction bonus. Which is a little annoying because technically there is a spoiler on the back of the car, but the game doesn't recognize that, so if you do want that small traction boost, then I would recommend fitting a custom spoiler. Anyway, but after upgrading the transmission and the turbo, I thought the stock wheels on this car, which I think are the Carbonic Z wheels, were pretty nice. So again, I didn't change those, but I of course made sure the tires were bulletproof. And after upgrading the window tints to limo, that was it for the customization. So there we go. That's it for the customization then of the new Overflood entity XXR. Like I said, maybe a little disappointing in the terms of the amount of customization available for this vehicle. There are 1 or 2 things you can do, but personally, the car looks just as good stock as when it does when fully customized. Simply down to the fact there are very few customizations which you can apply which actually change the appearance of this vehicle, and the ones that can are very small and minor changes. Anyway, but to upgrade this vehicle fully, it will cost you around $200,000, which of course brings the overall total just over $2.5 million. Like I said, making this one of the most expensive supercars we have in GTA Online. And going back to the question, is this car worth buying? Well, for its appearance, if you guys like the XXR R, then definitely it is a very cool looking vehicle. Like I said, certainly one of my favorite looking vehicles in GTA Online right now. But from what I've seen just driving this around in the terms of its speed and customization, it is maybe a little disappointing, not quite worth that $2.5 million you'll end up spending on this car. So there we go then, guys. That's pretty much it then for this video, but I of course want to get your thoughts and feelings on this new vehicle, the Entity XXR. What do you guys think about it? So go ahead and leave a comment right now. If you guys could also drop a like as well, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.